Welcome back to Proverbs 31 Life. It is getting close to the end of school. Summer break is approaching. So I wanted to take the time to make kind of a homeschool related video to encourage those of you that maybe are considering homeschool. So I am not a fun homeschool mom, and that's okay. You don't have to be either. All of us have different personalities, different hobbies, interests. Our kids have different needs. We have different financial capabilities. Some of you may be a one-car family and your husband has to go to work every day. So if you look online, you join the groups, you talk to other moms, and you see everyone, it seems like, is in sports and co-ops, and there's field trips every week, and there's just so much going on. You might even be thinking, when are they even doing school? Like, what is this? And that's okay. But I wanted to give you a little bit of our perspective on this. Not a fun homeschool mom. We use a Becca curriculum, and it's a Christian-based, Bible-based curriculum. We've used it every year. We started homeschooling my oldest at the very end of kindergarten. It was like the last 6 weeks or so. He had used a Becca curriculum in the kindergarten school that he was in the private school he was in. So we just brought the rest of that curriculum home, finished it up, started homeschooling in first grade. And, we said, well, we'll just start with a Becca. It's what he's used to. It's what I'm used to teaching, because I had taught that in the preschool and stuff. So let's just start there. I have no problems with the Becca. If I had a complaint, I don't even want to use that word, it's just the cost. Things are just expensive, but everything's expensive. So, it's a good ministry, so we don't mind to support the ministry and use the curriculum. So we pay for it, but that is what we use. So if you're looking at the different kinds of homeschooling, we're not Charlotte Mason, we're not unschooling. Ours looks a lot more like school at home, which you might be completely against, and that's okay. We are flexible. We take days off just because. We do half days just because. We double up because we can. So we still have all of our flexibility. If I want to skip a lesson, I can. If I don't want to do the whole review, I can. If I say, we're not going to count this quiz or whatever, we can. It's fine. But we don't co-op at all. We never have. Please stop. We never have. We don't do sports. We did once for a little bit. My oldest played basketball. It's not something that we are just continually doing. We don't do field trips often. I don't do things during the week because my husband isn't here. So if we go do something on a Saturday together, I might count that as like a Friday field trip. Like, I'll just write it in our calendar as a field trip, and it's fine. We live in Tennessee. Tennessee requires 180 days of school. Becca gives us 170. So we've got days to build in. If we need to do school on a Saturday, we can. Like, we have all that freedom and flexibility. But I'm not a fun homeschool mom. We don't do tons of arts and crafts at all. Projects, not really our thing. And if you are comparing yourself to other people, other homeschoolers, you might seem like you're boring, you're lazy. My kids are never going to learn without all these things. And that's not true. Okay. God did not make me an artsy crafty mama. I'm just not, I don't like it. And that's okay. My kids don't even like to color. Okay. So it's just their personality. It's our thing. It's fine. And I mean, from like 3 and 4 years old in Sunday school and Awanas in preschool, they don't care to color. So it's okay. But it doesn't matter, okay? You are homeschooling to give your kids the foundation that you want them to have, the environment that you want them to have, the education that you want them to have, what you feel God is leading you to do, what you think is appropriate and necessary. Maybe you're just trying to avoid some of the things that are being taught in public education. That's okay. I don't want you to get caught up and think that, before school even starts, that I have to have 17 field trips planned and I have to have, go buy everything in Hobby Lobby because we've got a bajillion projects to do. It's not, you don't have to. This does not have to be complicated, okay? It is about building relationships with your kids. That's why you're doing this. So there's going to be hard days, of course, but it's going to be worth it. You do not have to be the fun homeschool mom. Okay. I don't want your days to be stressful in that you're fighting and arguing with your kids and all day is full of discipline. That's not what I mean by fun. Okay. But we just do school. You do the bookwork, you do the lessons that I give. We, do what needs to be done in the lesson. And when school's done, school's done. They get to go play, or they get to have, some TV time and video game time and stuff like that. School is school. School comes first. Now, do some kids do better with, a bunch of hands-on learning? Sure. And if yours do, go for it. But if they don't enjoy it, they don't need it, they don't want it, you don't have to force it. That doesn't make you a bad mom. It doesn't make you a bad homeschool mom. It doesn't mean that you're going to be ineffective. And if that works this year and not next year, then change it up. It's okay. You're not stuck with any one thing forever. We've used Rebecca. Right now, we're almost to the end of 8th grade and 1st grade. And if for some reason something was different and next year this wasn't working, we could go to videos. We could change curriculum. You have that freedom and flexibility. Don't be afraid to use it. So this is just life. And that's what we're doing with our kids. We're doing life with our kids. It's okay that you did half a lesson and we go to grandma's house. Or you did, you skipped your lessons today to go, take that field trip. Or, you were sick or whatever it is. It's okay. You don't have to be a Pinterest-worthy homeschool mom, okay? Don't get caught up in comparing yourself. Is really what I just want to encourage you. That's what I want to get across today is do what the Lord has called you to do. Do it efficiently. Do it in love. Grow those relationships with your kids. Give them the tools needed to serve the Lord, to be functioning citizens. Get that diploma. But it doesn't have to be, Pinterest-worthy arts and crafts and field trips and co-ops every day, okay? If you physically, financially can't or don't want to, don't. You're not ruining your kids, okay? It's going to be fine. Be their mom. That's what they need first. So I'm not a fun homeschool mom, and that's okay. You don't have to be either. But the key is to stay in the Word, stay close to the shepherd, and let him lead you in paths of righteousness, and show your kids how to walk with the Lord.